3 minutes.
If you are saying, guys, those 3 minutes I'll never get back again. Try to show up on time for your own show, people. Who do you think you are? And why do you value my time so little? All of those things are totally appropriate.
Yes.
Totally appropriate things to say.
We got very excited about our craft in the last one.
We did.
And we ran a little bit over time.
I hope that you got very excited about your craft, too.
If you did not, and you don't know what we're talking about, we made little imaginary dragons that speak.
Here's mine.
Oh, there's Matthew's.
This is my
this
is my mythological creature.
Kato
Okay,
just
Kato's going to
his.
show his. Kato's in the studio.
He's burping fireballs.
Oh, Kato, you win. That's the better one. I love it. I love it. It's
Those are
fantastic.
I like how he's waving while he burps fireballs.
Yeah, because he's sort of
hey,
cash about it.
hey
He's
guys,
like,
just
hey guys, bleh, yeah, bleh. Thank you, Kato. Thank you, my friend.
Yes.
Thank you, Kato.
Well
very,
done.
very, very, very well done. We
all right.
also could not find a PDF of Wonder Undercover. Full disclosure, we want to be transparent here in the shenanigans that go on behind the scenes here at the Robbie and Matthew Show. Speaking of which, you're like, how do I know that I'm at the Robbie and Matthew Show?
Wait.
What?
Just before we go to the agenda, I just want to show you guys in the sidebar. I put the link in case you weren't at yet last show,
Or if
and
you-
you want to make your own speaking dragon.
This is simple but slightly complex.
It's
Okay? There's like you just have to sort of wrap your mind around the schematic thinking required
yeah.
to create the whole and do the folds and push it through.
Yes.
All right? You can do it.
You
we
can do
believe
it.
in you.
So there you go.
can
Now
I-
you have the directions.
Can I please
Onwards.
please raise the agenda
Yes.
and proceed accordingly?
Yes.
I have laid out a cogent, thoughtful, rational plan. And Robbie, if you would please stop obstructing me, I would like to get on with it. All right, thank you. Thank you. Stop obstructing me, Robbie.
Yeah, that's better. That's better.
Kato. Hi, Kato. All right. Theme song like civilized people. We are going to return to a state of order here at the Robbie and Matthew Show by beginning the program, at least in the first 5 or 6% of the program elapsed time, which is already shot, by playing you the gosh darn theme song so you know that you're in the right place.
The Robbie and Matthew Show.
If you came here looking for the Stanley and Janet show, now you know you're in the wrong place.
That's not it.
If you came here looking for the Ichabod and Esmeralda show, you are
isn't it.
also in the wrong place. All right? Here's hoping that neither of those duos is playing our song on their show. That would be very disorienting. I can't stop them if they do, I suppose, but I really hope that's not happening. This is the place where you hear that song.
Yes.
Now you know you're in the right place.
Yes.
Now you're centered. Now you are ready to hydrate with
confidence and flair.
All right, here's
I'm
the
not
problem.
sure I can do anything
Here's the
with flair
problem.
right
There's
now.
no water.
There's no
a
water.
little bit of coffee. I'm going to drink some coffee, then Robbie's going to drink some coffee.
Coffee is a dehydrating medium.
drink some.
I refuse
Drink
to
it.
drink it.
Drink
and
it.
it's going to make my mouth taste bad for the rest of the day.
There's
Robbie's-
a tiny bit of water in here.
Be noted that Robbie's uncooperative. Robbie, drink this tiny bit of water, all right? It's
It's not going to
like
succeed
2
in
drops.
hydrating
It's
me.
like a couple of drops of water. Do you feel
Still water.
better?
Still roll.
All right. We tried. We tried to live up to our own best recommendations. It's
Yes.
not always possible. Kato, please, go fetch water.
Ooh, can you fetch 2 waters?
Thank you, Kato. Thank you.
Thanks.
That's why we have an intern,
Yes.
okay? That is why we created a human being named Kato Swanson who is 10,
To do
capable,
our
and
bidding.
present.
Yes.
Announce theme,
And
and
revel in the endless possibilities.
we debated a little bit in the last episode what the theme actually is.
Yes.
I think we've simplified the theme.
Yes.
The theme is imaginary creatures, okay? That can include mythological. Go ahead, please. Expand.
I'm sorry.
No,
I was
no.
just going to say it could include mythical creatures as well as mythological creatures.
As well as gods, somebody said,
Yes.
like ancient Greek gods or contemporary
I
Romanian
mean,
gods, or
Some
well,
would argue that those aren't imaginary.
that's
that those
we're
are
not
real.
we're not treading into that. We're
Yeah.
not taking a position on the realness or not of gods. That is for you to debate with your family if you
with
care
your
to.
inner spirit and
Yes,
soul.
we are not taking a position
Yes.
on that. All
Yes.
we're saying is if you consider the gods imaginary
To you.
and you would like to include them in this week's research or sharing, bravo.
Yes.
Do it, my friends.
Yes.
Okay? We read our book, The Imaginary Dragon, in the last episode. I think most would agree that dragons are imaginary. Not all agree. Okay? Okay.
Really? Are there some people who believe dragons?
Of course there are. There's some people who believe the earth is flat. There are certainly people who believe in dragons. All right. Thank you, Kato Swanson.
Yes.
All right,
now
let
we
us
can
resume.
hydrate with What was it?
Conviction and Flair.
Conviction and
Here
Flair.
we go. Woohoo!
I think that's clear.
Yes! That was good! I enjoyed it! I feel hydrated! I feel better! Yeah!
Nice
Thanks, buddy. How about you, Rob? Are you feeling...
I'm not feeling
I
conviction
think some
yet.
people are admiring the Danger Noodle. Totally appropriate reactions over there, you guys. I did wear it for you. I know this is a favorite
Somebody
of yours.
admired my shirt. This is where I draw the line.
Get it?
And it's a single line.
Get it?
And it makes a drawing table.
Also,
Drafting table is what it's
this
called.
is where Robbie clamps down on the nonsense. All right?
Well, I just want to say,
What?
we designed this shirt.
Yeah.
This was a shirt that we used to sell when we used to go to book fairs.
Correct.
Before we realized
Yeah.
how maddening and awful it is to sell t-shirts.
Don't do it.
Because you have to carry all different sizes.
Don't do it.
And then you sell out of one size and somebody says, why don't you have any size larges anymore? And we're like, we didn't know that we were supposed to bring 10 times as many size larges as we were supposed to bring the other sizes. And we have 1,000 extra smalls and we only have 0 larges.
Robbie, it's going to be okay. We have dozens, if not hundreds, of shirts downstairs in various sizes. So
That nobody wants.
when the pandemic is over,
Yes.
and you guys come to Chestertown to
Yes.
visit us,
You
we
can
will.
shop downstairs
Yes.
amongst all of
We
our
might
t-shirts.
even give you a shirt if you've been a
Yes.
loyal, trusted member of this show.
Mm-hmm.
All right, there you go. Robbie,
shares her favorite imaginary or mythical creature.
Robbie, what is your favorite imaginary or mythical creature? That's tricky, isn't it?
Why do I not have any preparation for these questions?
Robbie, were you sent the agenda, and did you have an opportunity to read the agenda? I'm afraid your argument ends there.
Okay.
Okay? You could just pick at whim. Nobody's going to judge you
I
about
can't even
it.
think of a single mythological
Dragons.
imaginary creature.
Robbie's favorite mythological creature
It's
is
not. I
dragons.
don't like dragons.
Robbie, I'm trying to throw you a bone here. You said you couldn't think of any unicorns. Robbie's favorite creature is unicorns. She thinks they're pretty, and she likes to comb their hair.
Can
All
I
right?
do my
Okay.
favorite?
Kato, please.
Please.
They're all from Harry Potter.
Okay, go ahead.
A thestral, a
Oh.
hippogriff, and a phoenix.
Nice.
You know what? A hippogriff and a phoenix are pre-Harry Potter.
Hippogriff is pre-Harry Potter?
Mhm.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. Definitely
What's
Phoenix.
a
Phoenix is very old.
Thestral?
Yeah.
Kestrel? What?
Thestral.
Thestral. What's that?
It's a type of animal.
I know, but like usually it's like
It's-
has the wings of an eagle and the feet of a.
It's a black horse with wings, and you can only see them if this is kind of gruesome. You can only see them if you've seen someone die.
Oh.
Ooh.
I feel like I need to answer a reader-submitted question.
Okay.
Which is, did Matthew pour water on his pants again? Excuse me, Kato. I don't want to hurt you. I did not. My pants are unscathed by water. All right? We're all
All
good?
right.
The water went down the water chute. We're all good. Thank you for your concern, friends.
I thought of a mythological creature that I like.
What is it?
It's not my favorite, but I like it.
What is it?
The Sphinx.
Oh, the Sphinx is pretty cool.
The Sphinx is
Yeah.
all-knowing, right?
I don't know about that. I
Yeah,
know that the
you're just-
Sphinx crouches in Egypt and has
You
a
just-
riddle. Yeah.
Yeah, you have
The
to,
answer's you
There's, like,
have to know things in
it,
order
like,
for the Sphinx to
it
talk to
guards
you.
the pyramid or something.
There is a riddle of the Sphinx, like a known riddle
Oh.
of the Sphinx.
Inside the pyramid, it has like a whole bunch of treasure or something,
Yeah.
and he's guarding the pyramid,
Yeah.
and then you have to answer a riddle, and then he gets out of the way if you do.
And if you get the riddle wrong, he stands up and he kicks you with his stone foot across the
Smashes
Nile.
You.
Really?
Yep, that's how it works.
Really?
Not
Yeah,
really.
totally.
Oh.
He just crushes.
That was an imaginary aspect of the Sphinx that only I knew about because I am the author of that lie. Okay, Matthew shares his.
Oh.
I think my favorite mythological creature that may actually be real is the Muse. The Muse is from ancient Greek myth. The Muses were the spirits, the goddesses of different types of creativity. There were muses of music, of poetry. I don't think there were muses of middle grade literature at that point, probably, because that hadn't been invented yet. But I feel like I sometimes have a direct conversation with my muse. My muse tells me what to type. I get my information from somewhere else. It doesn't seem to come from inside of me. I think it's super cool. But it's clearly imaginary. It's clearly part of me. But it feels like some sort of creature from outside of my body and mind is helping me write books. So to me, that's
cool.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
I read a book series.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a little bit too old for you guys.
Okay.
It's called the Apprentice Adept series, and I think that's what it is. No, I'm not going to remember the name of the series. Anyway, the first book of the series was about death. The death that walks around with a scythe and...
right.
Right? Except it was like a job. It was a guy who kind of got stuck with this job. And he was like the new replacement that got put in charge of like telling people that they were or taking people's souls when they died. So it was very interesting.
There's a book.
I can't remember.
There's
what
a
it's
story
called.
in the Tales of Beetle the Bard,
Uh-huh.
and it's about the Deathly Hallows, and Death is one of the main characters.
Okay, well there you go. So that's sort of an imaginary creature, but it's not what we're talking about. I'm sorry. I got sidetracked.
Thomas Shank's favorite creature is the Porg from the Star Wars. They're so cute.
What's
They're
a
so.
Porg?
It's this little furry thing on Luke's island. It's just the most delightful. Yeah. Dragons for Everett. Clearly, if you guys have anything else that you'd like to share in the sidebar, please do. We will share it with your friends.
My favorite part of the what's the movie after before the Rise of Skywalker called?
Oh, I don't know.
The Last Jedi.
Okay, yeah.
My favorite part of The Last Jedi was when they were cooking porgs to eat for dinner, and then one of them came up, one of the ones that was still alive on the island came up, and he looked at the one that was cooking. He's like,
Yeah.
Aw, that's sad.
Mean guys were cooking porgs, not
Oh,
Luke.
No, it was
okay,
Chewbacca.
okay.
It was Chewbacca?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
Well,
Chewbacca's a good imaginary creature.
he is a good imaginary creature.
Chewbacca's
All right.
awesome.
All right.
We must move on with the
Yes,
agenda.
sorry,
Thank you
sorry.
for your contributions. What does that say?
Robbie continues to loves her big space pencil, even though it's no longer thematically appropriate.
I mean, I just want to point out
I
that
love
you
it so
you
much.
sometimes have
It's a space pencil.
things that go beyond the pale of the theme of the week. It's just the theme because. All right, Matthew reads chapter 10 of Wonder Undercover. That's what I wanted to get
Yes.
to, you guys.
Yes.
All right? And
Let's
Robbie,
get to it.
I sent you a link that I want you to have on hand for after I read chapter 10 of Wonder
Okay.
Undercover. It was in that email that also contained the
Okay.
agenda. All right? I don't want you to be surprised later and say, "What link?" Okay? All right.
All right.
Chapter 10, this is Robbie's favorite chapter of Wonder Undercover, and
It is.
perhaps her favorite chapter of any book that I have ever written, because she is amused by it.
I
If you
am.
remember, Moxie and Milton have just arrived at the Wonder Scout meeting, and Milton is undercover as Rondon Silvio, the little old pizza man from Loopers.
It's not an
Okay.
he's not an actual guy.
No, he's not an actual guy. So, all right.
All right, chapter 10, The
You will
Great
see. You
Don
shall see.
Silvio. On a Wednesday morning, Mr. Shine is talking to us about something. I can't tell you what it is, because every inch of my enormous brain is otherwise occupied. Ever since he noticed I was reading my guidebook during class, I have a new strategy for not getting caught while thinking about...
Wait,
What?
I thought we read this.
No.
We did read this.
We did?
Yes, we're on the next chapter.
Oh. Thank you, Robbie. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. You are correct.
Yes, sorry. Zoop,
All right,
zoop, zoop,
all right,
zoop,
all right.
zoop,
We
zoop,
now we are at the meeting. Thank
zoop,
you,
zoop,
Robbie.
Zoop, 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 zoop.
Chapter
There we go.
11.
Whew.
Loud enough to ring the Wonder Bell. I have to see if this one is going to be long. Oh, this one's going to be too long. Okay.
All right, we're only
I've-
reading half of this chapter.
Holy cow. You guys, this might be the longest chapter I've ever written. All right, so that is 180, 178. Robbie, figure out how I should break it down from 178 to 206. Okay? All right, chapter 11. Loud enough to ring the Wonder Bell. The meeting begins with the song and then the credo. When it looks like we might be getting ready to start the challenges, I casually wander over to the window and give a long, dramatic, full-bodied yawn, complete with jazz hands, which is the signal Milton and I have agreed upon. Is everything all right, Moxie? Veronica sounds a little irritated and a little concerned. Oh, yes, I'm fine. I spent so much time practicing for tonight's bad challenges that I got a little sleepy. All right, says Veronica. Could you please come back and join us in the circle? At that moment, a little old man with an extremely large pizza box walks into the room. Hello there, says Veronica. Can I help you? Yes, says Milton. But that's all he says as he continues to stand there awkwardly. His arms start to tremble, and I'm worried he might drop the pizza. I'm Veronica. And that's where Milton gets the look that means his brain is on vacation, which happens sometimes when it's asked to do too much. I know I need to help it find its way home. Hey, I say, leaping into action. I know you. You're that pizza delivery man from Loopers. Your name is... While Veronica and all the other Wonder Scouts wait for me to finish my sentence, my brain goes on vacation too, and I can't come up with one single other name from the thousands of names available. I look at Veronica. She looks at me. It's like all of time and space has stopped, and I'm suspended in a great vat of chilly, dark emptiness where no memories are allowed. But finally, from the tiniest dark back cupboard of my mind, like a golden rope of hope and light, I remember, Don Silvio, I say, at the exact same moment that Milton, in perfectly convincing little old pizza man delivery accent, says, Ron. A jolt of displeasure awakens Milton from his gaze. He gives me the deepest scowl. Yes, Ron Don Silvio, he says. I've come to deliver the pizza. Hello, Ron Don Silvio, says Veronica, without missing a beat. Then she turns to us. Did someone order pizza? Of course, none of us raise our hands. I'm sorry, says Veronica to Ron Don Silvio. There must be some mistake. At which point, Milton turns to leave. Which must not happen. I ordered pizza, I say, waving my hand with a grand flourish. You did? Asks Veronica suspiciously. Yes, I say, waving my left hand with an even grander flourish. Badge challenges consume so much of our precious energy that I thought we could use a nutritious snack. I wanted it to be a surprise. Thank you, says Veronica, looking at Milton with her microscope gaze. Did your father drive you here tonight? I swoop in before Milton can mess things up. Oh no! Ron Don Silvio's father is 97 years old and can no longer drive. He spends his evenings playing bingo. Veronica looks at me like I have two heads. The Wonder Scouts chatter and giggle to themselves. These are strange happenings. I'll just put the pizza over here, says Ron Don Silvio. Thank you, says Veronica, clearly waiting for him to leave. But Ron Don Silvio does not leave. Instead, he opens the pizza box and, as we discussed, starts cutting the pizza into tiny squares. Thank you, but you can go now, says Veronica, as politely as she can. Haven't you heard, I say, pleading with my eyes for Milton to keep playing along. Loopers now offers an extra special service. Their little old delivery men cut your pizza into handy bite-sized servings. How nice, says Veronica, clearly exasperated, but also ready to move on with the meeting. While Milton cuts pizza with the speed and vigor of an Arctic slug, Veronica does her best to continue. Because we'll be camping this Friday, we are going to do our badge challenges this evening. Who would like to... Master Baker, says Tammy, waving her hand like a hatchet. I look over at Milton to make sure he's paying attention. Both of us watch as the Dublinger drama unfolds. I'll get the supplies, says Tracy. But this time, instead of protesting, Tammy waits patiently while Tracy gathers the mixing bowl and ingredients. Thank you, sister, but I brought my own eggs this time, says Tammy, with a sly smile as she pulls a carton of eggs from her backpack. Tracy gasps. Veronica looks puzzled. Is there something wrong with the other eggs? That's an excellent question, says Tammy. We're about to find out. With that, she separates and mixes the eggs she brought. We watch and wait and whisper with excitement. For a thrilling moment, it looks like the meringue is finally going to work, but then, just as quickly, it dissolves into a dismal, eggy soup. Ah! Tammy is unhinged. I'm torn between enjoying the fate of an unhappy Dublinger and feeling like I'm failing my client. Ha 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 ha, says Tracy's face. Poor Tammy, says Hilly. Says Ron Don Silvio, while watching the proceedings and yanking on his earlobe as if his life depends on it. Veronica glances over to see how the pizza cutting is coming along, and Milton dives back to his work. Veronica's attention returns to the circle when Tracy announces her intention to challenge for the orienteering badge. But, says Tracy, while shooting Tammy a glass-shattering glare, I'd prefer to use someone else's map. All right, says Veronica, who seems increasingly aware that something strange is going on. Whose map would you like to use? Yours, says Tracy. Of course, says Veronica, taking her map and handing it to Tracy, who grabs her compass and sprints out the door. As eager as I am to find out whether a different map will make a difference for Tracy, I'm also ready to put all my practice to the test. While Tracy is out orienteering, I'd like to challenge for the Pig Latin badge. Very well, says Veronica. Utwe, etse, igerbe, ithe, orme, uye, ateke, aweye. I hadn't realized that Veronica was going to jump right into it. At first my brain resists, but then it relaxes and lets the strange sounds flow through it like water through a spaghetti drainer. Suddenly I know without thinking that Veronica has said, what gets bigger the more you take away? Which makes me panic because the question makes no sense. But then I remember that seeming to make no sense is what makes a riddle, in that the fun happens when you wiggle your way out of the bog of confusion and discover the entirely sensible explanation on the other side. Once I remind myself that every riddle has a solution, I ask my inner Annabelle what she would do in this situation, to which she replies, Moxie, might I remind you of Volume 41, The Whole Enchilada, in which my nemesis, Dr. Fungo, opens a Mexican restaurant right next door to an extremely fancy bank and forces his employees to spend their lunch hour using a brittle plastic spoon to dig a tunnel that grows longer and longer as they remove the dirt and rocks. Which is exactly how I know, for absolute fact, that the only thing that increases in size as you remove things from it is a hole. Ewe olhe, elwe unde, says Veronica, reaching into her pouch and handing me the Pig Latin badge. Ooray-hey, says Hilly. Oobay, says Tammy Dublinger's vicious, frowning eyebrows. Just then Tracy comes back with an angry ocelot where her face should be. Here, she says, handing Veronica the map. This one doesn't work either. Veronica frowns. When you're struggling with something, it's important not to place the blame elsewhere, Tracy. Tracy's look makes it clear that she knows exactly where she'd like to place the blame, but that, for now at least, she can't prove Tammy's guilt. Rondon Silvio's eyes are glued to Tracy's. His brain is clearly working double time. Perhaps inspired by Tracy's despair, and against my better judgment, I stand up and say, I'd like to challenge for polyglot. Are you sure you're ready this time? Asks Veronica. Yes, I say. I'm not quite sure, but I want to be sure. I did pretty well with my practice last night. It's true that I never got through all 7 languages without making a mistake, but I was close. I'm sure, I say, remembering Mom's insistence that confidence is just another way of spelling can. All right then, says Veronica. Let's start with Spanish. I count to 10 in Spanish without breaking a sweat. Soon Portuguese, Russian, Hindi, and Bengali are also safely behind me. I stumble a bit as I tiptoe through Arabic, but somehow make it safely to the end. Suddenly, all that stands between me and the promised land is my biggest challenge, Mandarin Chinese. I push forward, undaunted. Yi, san. Everyone's eyes are on me. Si, wu, lu. The tension is so thick you could spread it on a piece of bread and make a decent sandwich. Ki, ba. I am 2 syllables shy of polyglot glory. But that's where my memory fails me. My mind is empty as Santa's cookie plate on Christmas morning. Not even a crumb of an inkling of a snickerdoodle remains for me to latch onto. All my confidence was not quite enough. I am prepared to admit defeat, but at that moment, Rondon Silvio sneezes. Achoo! It's a strange sort of sneeze. But Rondon Silvio is not your average pizza delivery man. Suddenly, for whatever reason, the sneeze clears the cotton from my head, and I suddenly remember, out of absolutely nowhere, that the way to say 9 in Mandarin Chinese is Jew. And from there, I am finally able to climb the final step to 10, which is she. The Wonder Scouts burst into applause. Well done, says Veronica, handing me a badge. We have a brand new polyglot in our midst.
Dun,
Dun, dun, dun, dun, dun. All right, thank you, Robbie, for dividing the chapter and doing the math. Thank you, Kato. 2 minutes and 10 seconds left. Kato brought us into this show, and he's taking us out again. How long ago was that message? What do we have left? We have, okay, Anything else,
You
Robbie?
wanted me to show a link or something?
Right there, yeah.
Oh.
Some jokes. We don't have an El Puppy today, so
No, we
need
do
to-
have an El Puppy.
I thought El Puppy
You know
had her
what?
class
El
this
Puppy
week.
had class this week. She has
Yeah?
camp this week. She got on early to the chat to give us some jokes.
Are you kidding me?
No.
What?
Yes.
What a selfless act of keeping
Yes.
Matthew's bad jokes from
Yes,
making it onto the show.
exactly.
All right, well, thank you, El
Are
Pup.
you ready?
All right, let's do it.
Are you ready?
We are ready.
What do Italian ghosts have for dinner?
Italian ghosts have for dinner. Italian ghosts. Pizza, dead pizza.
Gross.
Well, they're ghosts.
Oh, I
Dead
see.
linguini.
No.
Invisible linguini.
No.
Fettuccine.
Just fettuccine.
I don't know. What do they have for dinner?
Fettuccine
What do
with
the Italian ghosts?
sort of an Italian
What do they have?
accent.
What do they have?
Spooketti.
Spook
Eddie.
Spook Eddie. Spook Eddie.
Spooketti.
Because they're spooky because they're ghosts.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Or it could be Boogetti.
I thought it was going to be Boogetti.
Boogetti.
Yeah.
All right,
But
fair enough.
spaghetti is.
Are you
makes
sure
sense.
it's not dead linguini?
It's
'Cause
not dead linguine
Okay, all right.
or
Yeah.
fettuccine.
I mean, sometimes you just have to lean into the wrong answer, you guys, and use your conviction that it's the right answer to persuade others that it is.
All right.
All right, two more
What
jokes.
dog breed would Dracula love to have as a pet?
Bloodhound.
Oh, very good.
There you go. All right.
What do ghosts wear when their eyesight gets blurred?
Boo glasses. Fettuccine. Spookticles.
Yes!
No.
Very good.
I don't-
Spookticles.
I don't know. All right, spook.
Why are you disappointed with
That
that?
feels like a
I
stretch.
think maybe
It feels like
you
a stretch.
are not connecting spooky to ghosts. That's
Right.
the problem. You are not happy with spaghetti, and you're also not happy with spookticles.
Oh, I thought it was spookticles. Spookticles.
Spookticles.
I don't know. I don't
Like
consider
spectacles.
ghosts. I consider when I think of ghosts, I think of fettuccine, not of spooky. Okay, I'm sorry, but that's just how it goes for Matthew Swanson here.
That's
El
a
Puppy,
personal- yes,
thank you.
that's a personal
Thank you for the
shortcoming.
jokes. I appreciate it. We're gonna go. It's time to go. Gotta
right.
go. Show's over, friends. All right.
Okay, wait. Kato has a Harry Potter joke.
Okay.
For those of you who have read Harry Potter.
Okay.
Why is Mad Eye Moody such a bad teacher?
Do I need to know anything about Mad Eye
I
Moody?
think Mad Eye is called Mad Eye Moody because his eyes go in all directions.
Is the answer fettuccine?
No.
Is the answer? I mean, what I think eyes going in all directions is a little spooky. Is
No.
it? Okay. All right. What is the question?
Why is Mad Eye Moody such a bad teacher?
Because he can't keep his eye on you? Because he can't
No.
keep his eye on his students?
No.
No. Because he can't look his students in the eye?
No.
Fettuccine! What is it?
Because he can't control his pupils.
He can't control his
because
pupils.
pupils
That's
are
pretty
in
good.
your
That's
eyes. That
really
was
good.
pretty good, I thought.
Kato, thank
Okay.
you.
Yes,
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, friends.
We are leaving now. We will see you tomorrow. I will do some deep soul searching as to what my favorite mystical imaginary
I
creature
want you to
is.
tell me what it is because I'm going to write a story about it so you can draw
good.
your favorite
goody,
imaginary
goody,
creature.
good.
Okay?
Yes, 'cause I
That's
know
the deal
there's
we're
something
striking
in
with
there.
each other.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. All right. Thank you.
Goodbye,
Goodbye,
friends.
everyone. Ugh, Matthew just blew you kisses.
Fettuccine!
Fettuccine.
Spooky. All right, bye.